Good evening, Sunderland fans. So this is a unscheduled live. Hopefully be joined by a couple of the others during the evening. We're just going to have a little discussion after that shambles we've just seen. It wasn't a terrible game, considering where Ipswich were. They were second up until not so long ago. But as far as Beale's concerned, I mean, I've started to lose faith, and I'm sure a lot others have. I know a survey on Terry's channel the other day was 50-50. I'm sure that'll change a lot now. And it's purely based on his lack of substitutes or his lack of tactical knowledge to change a game, to affect a game. So, yeah, that's my little 2 cents there. Let's have a look in the chat and see what you guys are thinking. So, Thane, ME2, it's time for a change. The whole regime have to go before it gets worse. Worrying times for the club. Very true, very true. I'm not sure about the whole regime changing. I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon, but they surely are realising they've made the wrong appointment now. Haribo, Beale hasn't got a clue. He takes players off. What are having a good game? What is he doing? Beale out, he's clueless, says Nathan. Just in case, not one shot the whole of the second half. This is it. I mean, the first half, we looked like a decent team, to be fair. We were held our own. Great goal by Clark. But yeah, it was just a lack of discipline and a lack of... Just didn't want it in the second half. But when they're getting tired, the 2 subs you did make, you took off Barr, who was making a difference, and you took off Pritchard, who was making a difference. Ekwar's still on the pitch, and he's out of sorts. Crazy. Haribo says Beale out. AJ Smith, Beale is a disaster, and he's a Rangers fan. I'm starting to believe you, AJ Smith. I was ignoring the Rangers fans because I was looking at the physical stats. But yeah, I'm starting to see what you're all on about now. Lisa Doc, Beale needs to go ASAP. I've always got behind our managers, but this is... Exactly. Ian Wilkinson, hi Mike, good to see you. Hi Ian. AJ Smith, left Rangers in a mess. This is the worrying thing. What state's he going to leave the club in? Lisa Doc says, think the players were not happy at all by what is seen near the end. Did anyone see what Pritchard said to Beale when he was taken off? I couldn't make out what he said. He's leaving Sunderland a mess. Nathan says Patterson was very pissed off at the end. Can't blame him. Thane, it's not going to happen, but it's happened. Beale, it's not going to happen, but it has to happen. Beale isn't good enough, but look at the people that hired him. It's very true. Not a clue in his decision-making, appalling. You'd have been better off leaving Dodds in. Do we think you'd have been better off leaving Dodds in charge? What do you think about that? Do you think Dodds would have been a better option at this stage? I know he's second to Beale, but would he even been better calling the shots? Ian Wilkinson says his decision-making is appalling. Zyland DJ, Beale will probably stay until the end of the season unless otherwise, but needs a shot off in the summer. We will not reach the playoffs, Stephen says. The Bristolian Mackham says, I thought we would lose, not a surprise. Yeah, I mean, like I say, for the team we were playing and the result of 2-1, it doesn't seem that bad, like if you look from the outside. But to watch that and to see, I mean, if you're anything like me, you were shouting at the screen when he was making changes and when he wasn't making changes. I'm seeing nothing new under Beale. The game plan is still get the ball to Clark and hope something happens. We look slow, laboured in our build-up. Rabbitman, Ipswich fan. You will be in playoffs for good luck for the rest of the season. Thank you, Rabbit, and well played. I mean, I can't take anything away from the second Ipswich goal. I mean, our defence was shocking. The fact the smallest guy in the box manages to get a header. But, I mean, what a header. It was a bullet. So can't blame Patterson for that one. The football has actually got worse. It's boring to watch. Yes, this is what Rangers fans have said to me, that it's his style of play and stuff like that it's just, draining. AJ Smith sold Kolak, a goal scorer, spent 7 million on 2 duds. Desers Lamar's Sterling couldn't get neat in. Yeah, Clem. Yeah. So what's what you did to Rangers? Yeah, I see. Nathan, in his interview, he mentions having 4 strikers and Rusin being the better one, and then he brings him on 8 minutes to go. Definitely not one for managers out there, but Beale has to go. He's an absolute shame. Yeah, I mean, I just did read on Twitter just before I came on that Beale's got 7 points out of 5 games, and Mowbray got only 5 points out of his last 5 games. But I'm not sure that's a fair metric. We wanted change. We wanted an improvement. You wouldn't. Why would you have got rid of Mowbray for someone on a par? To be fair, Dodd's subs were just as bad as Beale's. True. At least he made them. I mean, look at the Mags game. He didn't. What happened there? There was no subs going on at all. Wouldn't like Dodds to be in charge, Chris Minton says. Haribo, we got no chance for the playoffs with him in charge. Then Rusin scored against Preston, and his reward was placed on the bench. Exactly, yeah. It's madness. We simply don't have enough quality and depth. Need him Villa. I don't think we're going to get him Villa, Bristolian Mackham. Unfortunately, I'd love that one, but yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. Did you see the crowd chanting? I put a short on our TikTok channel of they were chanting, "We need a striker," which was great. He's a Jesse Marsh, great talker, talks a good game, can't back it. Basically, we've got a clown in charge, and Mowbray has gone to a club with more ambition than us. Better food than us, apparently. If you looked at Mowbray's latest interview there, he's going banging on about the buffet they put on. We Ipswich definitely need a striker. Oh, cheers for the sub there, Robert, man. Much appreciated. Shame there's a block on how much I can say on here. I've got so much to mention why Beale isn't for us. Yeah. Yeah, you have to do it in little segments. And don't forget, I'm trying to read all this. So the more you type, the more I got clear. But yeah, he's Speakman and Kelly must be realizing they've made the wrong appointment, surely. But is this what you get when you are running a club with a director of football and a head coach instead of a manager? We can't attract a decent manager if we're not offering a manager's job. You know what I mean? Sack him before or definitely after Hull, Nathan says. Can we sack him and not have something lined up again? Do we go through that turmoil of Dodds taking over again for 2 weeks or whatever? I'm not sure that's the right move, but yeah, I would. If I was them, I'd definitely be on the hunt for a replacement. But like I say, who are you going to attract? It's a head coach's job. I haven't seen the strikers. Bristolian Mackham says, I haven't seen the strikers do much wrong, to be honest, because they haven't ever been on the pitch. It's true. It's true. Beale out for me, never going to work, says Lynx. They won't sack Beale because he's their scapegoat. If Beale goes, then they've got nobody to hide behind. Beale, his subs was shocking, Haribo says. I'm seeing no, I mean, for the fact that apparently it's 50-50, people saying Beale's staying to go, I'm seeing no of the positive. Hi, Conrad. Yes, that seems to be the consensus, Beale out. So, yeah. Jacob has been to the game. I was hoping he'll be joining at some point. Maybe, or it might just be me and you guys in the comments. Need a striker. That's what Rangers fans are saying. Common theme with Beale. But I mean, that's what we're looking at, right? With the likes of Moore and stuff like that. That seems to be what we're in the market for. I personally think we need a goalkeeper, not to replace Patterson, but to give him competition of place and someone with experience. Neil Fleury. Sorry, Conrad Lee, I wasted this milestone to say Beale out. Neil Fleury, do you the formation today? The SAFC website was showing 4-4-2. I believe it was 4-1-4-1 the way it was set up. It's difficult to say, but that's the way Sky put it on when it first came on. So, yeah, I'm not sure how that's. I'm not sure how possibly it would be 4-4-2. Yeah, who's your two apart from Joe? Bristol and Mackham, that's not wasted, Conrad. He's behind you there. Nathan says, absolutely pay the bill for Will Still. That was in place anyway. In that argument, KLD needs to dig deep or duck deep. Yeah, Will Still. I don't think Will Still would have come. He wanted to bring his own staff and he wanted to be the manager, not a head coach with whatever's in place already. This is the problem we got. We're never going to attract. Mowbray was probably the peak of what we can attract with that role, in my opinion. Thane says, yes, Beale out, but we need more KLD out because that's the source of the problem, lack of investment. Steve Martin, Beale out, Beale out. Is anyone saying Beale in? Is anyone arguing for the positive? Speak up. Conrad, got the plane and banner sorted for next week. Ian Wilkinson, how Job gets a game, I don't know. No forward from the start again. Dodds, Beale, Proctor, clueless. All fans know what's wrong, yet they can't see. Why? Need someone alongside Rusin. I've said we should have tried two up front for many games, especially like some of the easier games. You know, we should have had two up front or tried out some of the combinations of these strikers from the start, not just the last 5 minutes. Beale out says Hicksy 85. That's the consensus, buddy. The Bristolian Mackham, I don't know why we got Speakman. None of his teams are in the Premiership that he's been to. Well, yeah. So is Speakman the problem? KLD the problem? Is it just Beale? What's going on? Who needs the cage rattling? Thane, Ian Beale in, Michael Beale out. I've got nothing left. Beale needs time to think. Oh, didn't see that. Right, we're going to be joined by Emma. She can have a little rant and save my voice for 2 minutes. Hello.
Hello, Mike. You all right?
Yeah, not so bad. Did you enjoy that shower of shite? For the first 45 minutes.
I was going to say the first half wasn't too bad, to be fair. It was more the second half, but again, to me, that's a typical Sunderland team of two sides. We kind of keep the same game going for both halves of the game. But it is what it is, unfortunately. What can we do about it, apart from have a moan and a bit of a rant and speak our minds effectively?
So you've got to put your 2 cents in on Beale, because obviously that seems to be the hot topic in the chat. I'll warn you, there's not many pros.
My biggest question is, when Pritchard got took off, was Pritchard having a go at Beale? That's what I want to know, because it looked like he was. And what was he saying? There's the fucking door. Fuck off out of our club. Sorry for swearing, I know we're live. But is that what he was saying? Because I think, why did he do the subs he did in the first place? Can anybody tell me that? Because I just haven't got a clue.
No, I mean, since the Mags game where we didn't make any subs at all till 85th minute. And then in this one, yes, he made subs a bit earlier on, but he took off the 2 players on the pitch that made a difference.
Exactly. So
it's like his hands are in his pockets, but his mind's elsewhere, and he's just not watching the same game the rest of us has. That's the only thing I can think.
He hasn't got the heart for this club. He doesn't realise the passion that we have within this club. He just hasn't got the heart for it. And the thing is, as people have said, he was like this at Rangers.
Yeah.
What's he going to make here? All they want in is a yes man. It's all coming from Speakman. It's not coming from him. I mean, we've seen the statement Mowbray put out this week. He's basically said what we've been saying for ages, that the decisions do not lie with the head coach.
Yeah.
He wants to come to this club as a head coach when there should be a manager.
Yeah.
And then if they're a manager, they have the decisions, they have the say-so. But head coaches are, yes, sir, 3 bags full, sir. Let me kiss your fucking ass, sir.
That's it. I mean, who could you possibly attract at this stage to replace Beale? I can only see if we fire Beale, which I'm all for at this moment in time, but if we fire him right now, the only thing we're going to attract is going to be worse. It's just going to go down and down and down until the model changes, right?
Exactly. I mean, the question that's been playing through my mind since full time, all right, is if we had have left Mike Dodds in charge, would it still be the same? Because he's still, although Mike Dodds did well when he had one for them few games, I'm thinking,
yeah,
would he have done a better job? I'm very much.
Is he still doing the
fence.
job? Is he still doing the job? It's, you know, is he, how much input has he got? We don't know. Let's have a quick look at the comments before they build up on me. Hixie85, I don't get why we're persistent on playing out from the back. Surely Skunk's game was an eye-opener. Yeah, well, I think we played out from the back a bit less in this one, to be fair. He did seem to kick it a bit more, but, you know, we need a goalkeeper that can kick or is confident to. Conrad, maybe Speakman and KLD need to realise that they've taken us as far as they can go.
Yeah, I agree. I 100%, 110% agree with that. We should protest on Friday night against Hull. What was it? What game was it today where they chucked tennis balls on and they invaded the pitch?
I didn't see that.
No, was it the Reading game?
I'm not sure.
Oh,
that's all you. That no idea.
It's on the tip of my tongue, but they were basically protesting against the club. We should all do that on Friday night. I think it would be hilarious.
The only way to successfully protest against the club, I'm afraid, is boycotting, not buying tickets, because that's when they start losing money hand over fist. But again, we don't want to kill our own club as well.
Exactly.
Topsy T says we were both below par tonight. This shite needs to end with playing out from Pato. His distribution is garbage. It puts us under vulnerable positions. I do think we get put in pressure a lot. That seems to be the consensus there as well. Bristolian Mackham says any stain banks in here, it's just long lost relative, Jack. I have no idea what he's talking about. I think they're having their own conversation now anyway. Yeah, Pritchard was just pointing out how stupid Aushish was in committing that foul. Beale clearly has no faith in the lads on the bench. McKenna, yeah, so he thinks that's what Pritchard was saying, that was ridiculous to give away that foul, which is fair enough, but yeah. All came from a decent short winning spell at QPR, says Conrad. 40-year fan of this appalling. Beale is tactically inept. Felt sorry for Aushish, has the ability to take Bar and Pritchard off was the game changer for me. Hull is a must-win, says Veronica Wilson. I'm going to scroll down through these. Sorry, guys, if I miss your comments. I can't keep up with everything. Yeah, so there's no positives for Beale at the moment, but I honestly cannot see how we replace him. I can, without changing the model. Speakman's got to go before Beale does, in my opinion. So,
yeah, we need KLD out. We need Speakman out, and I'm sorry, we don't need a head coach. We need a manager.
Yeah,
I think that will be what changes it, if you like. But is KLD going to go? Is Speakman going to go? I highly doubt it.
Yeah.
But then, as much as I'm all for giving Manchester the chance, with Beale, to me, he still hasn't had the chance. But at the same point, as I said, when Mowbray went, this club has got a revolving door. We need stability in this club. So it's the better of two evils, if you like.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah. I know what you're saying. It's difficult. I mean,
2 seconds, Mike. Sorry, honey.
Yeah, no worries. Thane says, tells you everything when Ipswich are more ambitious than us, which is true. I'll start your comment, Nathan, because she's not there at the moment. Bert Lee says, Beale is looking increasingly like a big mistake. If you make a mistake, correct it early. That's very true. Nathan says, M's well said. Honestly, breath of fresh air, someone talking sense. Brilliant. And he also says, no, because under Dodds, we were still playing the nice football. Yeah, well, this is true. This is true. Stephen Clark, I don't think this is Beale's team. I think he is gutless. I think this is Dodd's teams, and it's always will be. Ian Wilkinson, if you buy from Poundland, it's not going to work. You need to buy quality. Whoever is picking the team is clueless. Jesus Christ. Yeah, they're brutal, some of these. Bristolian Mackham, KLD doesn't want a manager because he's not got all his cash and he's well aware of the Ellis Short era. That's an interesting point. Yes. So... Keno, I disagree with you trying to out KLD and Speakman. They have brought a lot of talent. This has been great to watch. They have fucked up with striker recruitment and the change of manager. So there you go. There's a positive for KLD and Speakman from Keno there. So they have done a lot for positive. Well, they have done a lot for the club, and they have brought in some players that we do really rate. So, I mean, are they just failing in certain areas? And don't forget, if we oust someone like that, and we end up with a takeover of someone like we've had before, are we going out the frying pan into the fire?
Oh, this is the big question. But at the same time, the club just hasn't got the money. To be fair, I mean, Christ, for what, 13 days into the transfer window and not one sign of any sort of striker.
Oh, we're leaving it till the last day to add to the drama and get the all the social media accounts more followers. That's what they'll be doing. Saying anything about Sunderland, but the marketing, they're on point. You know, they know how to drag the people in with drama.
Yeah, the thing is, though, you're more likely to panic buy then as well. So if we wait until like the last day or two, they're going to panic buy just to try to please the fans, and I don't think it's going to work.
Will Grigg, get him, 10 million.
All that money for a bloody song.
Yeah,
crikey.
Yeah. This is the issue. I mean, but we do seem to be targeting people early, and apparently they're in talks with people, but. If you're a striker from the outside looking in, is Sunderland a good prospect for you? A team that doesn't play with a striker, and when a striker's on the pitch, doesn't get fed the ball?
I'm sure I read earlier on that apparently Beale come out to Sky Sports and said that Job was up front and Pritchard was alongside him or something. I can't quite remember what it said, but it was something about Job being the one up front today. And it was like, good God. But then my worry is Clark scored. Yeah, again, brilliant. Come on, Clark. But Clark goes this transfer window. Who's going to be left to score the goals for it?
Yeah, it was weird because I think Pritchard him and Clark tripped over each other a bit today. If you noticed, when they were overlapping, it was like two of the same player on the same side at points. I'm not sure the formation was there today at all. Pritchard needs to be off away from Clark. You need to have two avenues, not one avenue with two great players, and then the rest of the pitch is screwed. Rights Wildlife, all good, thanks. Our channel already surpassing 500 subs, father and son team. Where keep spamming. Bristolian Mackham, they just need to make Roy Keane a full manager. He knows how to get this team going. Just do your job. Now, Bristolian Mackham, I'm all for nostalgia, but we know bringing back previous managers and players never seems to work out for anyone. So
bring back the Canyon, they'll cack themselves.
Bring back Peter Reid. He was the best halftime talker going. I think Thane's just starting every sentence with KLD out or Beale out. But yeah, KLD out, I've heard that he's just using us as his little investment plaything until he gets bored and forced to sell. That sounds scary. Ian Wilkinson, if we have no money, we can't find any investors. We're going nowhere. Conrad says that's awesome. We've subbed and we'll check out it later. He's having his own conversation. You're spamming. I mean, Conrad, go and have a talk somewhere else. I'm trying to. I know
you're meant to be out, Conrad.
You want to talk to him? Join a window. David, if we have no money, where is the steward money? Where's the steward money? Do you know what that's about, Ems?
Is that not the money for us, Stuart, maybe?
Oh, the steward. Oh, steward. I thought he was talking about, we're not paying our stewards at the game.
Could you imagine? That'll be next. It's like I said earlier in the chat. Conrad was saying about obviously we're constantly having drama at the club. That'll be the next drama. We're not paying the stewards.
Oh, I lived next to Bolton's ground for ages, and they went through a period of paying none of the staff, and a lot of my friends worked there at the time. That was chaos. That was absolute chaos. They had to have somebody, one of their investors, one of the club's lifelong presidents sort of thing, dig into his own pocket to pay the staff. So, yeah, we don't want to go down that road.
No, certainly don't, but it's the drama we'd expect from Sunderland at the minute.
So Nathan's saying Davidson out. I heard earlier on, was it just rumours that he'd been fired? That was going around Twitter for a while. Did you see that one?
I seen that, yes. But then I'm also thinking, was this the backlash from the thing with the Black Cats bar due to the mags? Is he the one that's took the fall? Because it literally come out a few days after that. So,
but is there any truth to the actual sacking? Is he still there, or has anything been confirmed?
I don't know. I've just, like yourself, seen a few bits floating around on social media, just a few rumours. I've never seen anything confirmed officially.
Yeah, Thane says the Stewart money has been used to run the club. Sounds about right. I don't think it's. Keno says I don't think it's time for protests. And to descend into toxicity. When we were promoted, how long did folks expect us to be in this league? Realistically, expectations raised last season. This is the problem, Keno. When you finish in the playoffs one season, you can't then start finishing mid-table to bottom,
On that though, Mike, to be fair, I said when we're on League One that we need to get promoted, have a season or two in the Championship, then go up. Obviously we exceeded it last season, so to me my expectation was we would be there or thereabouts this season.
The problem we've got is hanging around the Championship is it's great if we can build a team up, but we're producing players to then sell on and we can't keep hold of them. We need to build, if we're in the Championship for 2 or 3 seasons, we need to be building a Premier League quality team that when we go up, we go up without a shadow of a doubt as champions, with a team that can compete as soon as they get up there.
I mean, after watching that team, who on our team are Premiership standard?
It's very difficult to say. If you were evaluating individuals, I'd say quite a few. The likes of Clark, I think Pritchard still has something to offer. Dan Neal's looking good, Ballard definitely, but as a team as a whole, something's not working, not clicking. It's difficult because I think you could drop most of our players into a Premier League club right now and they'd compete for a place. There's not many that I don't think you could drop into a club like that, but together as a unit, as a team, something's not working.
That's a very valid point, to be fair. I didn't think of it that way, that they would all sort of like fight for the place and things like that.
Yeah.
Honestly, I never thought about it that way. I was like doing them individually, if you like.
Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, because if a Premier League team came into for any one of our players now and bought them for a decent amount, 5, 6, 7 million, nobody would be like shocked and like, oh my God, why are they buying them? Because we've got quality players across the board. No one would really cause a stir unless it was Grigg. Obviously, that's always going to cause headlines because he's so young and stuff like that. But Conrad, I wish Diallo would come back. Don't we all?
He'll not come back now. Now that Mowbray's not,
No, he'll go Birmingham. Conrad's also asking, will Clark be here in 6 months' time? I had a bit of a discussion on this recently, a bit of a rant on mine. Now, my worry...
in 3 weeks?
Well, that's the question. 6 months' time, if we're not competing for the Premier League or trying for the playoffs, then he's going to be gone after that. I'm more than guarantee that one. My worry for this next 2 or 3 weeks is how much we want a striker. Are we willing to swap Clark with Bournemouth for someone like Moore? Because they're after Clark. But, I mean, that would be insane. Because if you put goal scoring record Clark against Moore, then, yeah, that would be an insane thing to do. But, you know, it's all about money at this club, isn't it, right? Thane is saying, I think for the Premiership, is Pritchard, Ballard, and potentially Clark. The rest are Championship players. Thane, although I will say Ballard was awful tonight, he's normally one of the better ones. I don't think he was awful tonight, personally. Right Wildlife says, Mike and Ems, would you have taken Lampard? I think he'd have done a better job. M's coughing. I'll go first. Lampard. I don't know. Right now, yes. If you said the choice was Beale or Lampard, then yeah, I'd have took Lampard. But I've never been a big fan of players that become managers and go straight into higher clubs. I think they should be working their way up from League Two and know what it's like at every level. So I'm not sure what he's like now, Lampard, as a manager, but I'm not a big fan of players, ex-players like that as managers, unless they're already proven a long track record of management. What do you think, Ems, on that one? Would you have taken
He would have been better than fucking Beale.
Yeah. She says it so eloquently, you know.
I think at this stage, anybody would have been better than him, if I'm honest.
Yeah. Just because we are Sunderland, we don't have to divine right to sail through the Championship. Need to go up strong and capable of staying up. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying, I think, Keno. I don't think Jacob's joining us. He mustn't have a connection where he's on his way, so...
Well, he was saying something about the trains and stuff. He's got to go...
We won't go too much into it because we don't want to take away from Thursday's show, Ems, but what's your final thoughts on tonight's game, on the performance, and who is your man of the match?
Okay. So, my man of the match, I'm going to go Pritchard. To be fair, I thought Pritchard was one of the better players for us on that pitch today. So he's my man of the match. And my final thought is same old Sunderland, a team of two halves. I'm not saying anything more because we're going to it on Thursday night.
Yes, definitely. For me personally, I think Barr would get it for me. Pritchard's brilliant, superb, but I mean, because Barr's been off so much lately, to come on for the last 5 minutes of one game and make a difference and to do so well in this game, I think he's done brilliantly. So I hope that is an upward trajectory and carries on.
Fitness looked quite good, to be fair.
Yeah, he looked like he looks like he wants it. You know, that's what you want to see. Mm-hmm. So Hicksy, I'd go 9. Thane says 09 as well. 09 did do really well, and he literally, I love that he throws his body in the way. He will throw everything on the line. It's a good job he's not made of glass like some of our players. That's all I'll say. He's been injured 27 times for now. Right, I think we'll end it there because it was only a short live. There's 109 people watching. I really appreciate you jumping on for this impromptu live. If you can hit the like button before you jump off, that'd be superb. If you're new to the channel, if you could hit subscribe, that would be even better. Ems, would you like to say your goodbyes?
Yes, thanks for joining with such short notice, guys. Very short notice for me as well. So leave you hanging there for a bit by yourself, mate. But we'll catch us all on Thursday and have a bit more of a moaning around about today's game and look forward to Hull on Friday night. So we'll see you then. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, and thanks for me. Thanks for Ems for coming and joining. So I wasn't totally in the dark, you know. I love the sound of my own voice, but nobody else does. But yeah, thank you for joining me. One last word. As always, check out the Toffs shirts. Toffs there. And there's a discount code, which is in the description of all the videos. If they weren't helping and if you guys weren't watching, we wouldn't have a show. So thanks again, and we'll see you all soon.
Bye.